No? What happened? Why wasn't it a good weekend? Life is traumatic to you? Yeah, it can get a little overwhelming at times, can't it? All right, let me let these people in. I better have the right spot because I'm not in the right spot. Oh, that's weird. All right, I'm plugging in so you guys can see. Hey, good morning, online folks. Let's go ahead and yes, next week is when those who are choosing to be 4 days in person come back in person. Those and that was supposed to have been decided by you and your parents, I believe, last week sometime. I'm sure you can contact your counselor if you have concerns about what format you're coming back in. All right, so you're going to go to Canvas to current lessons, or you can go through the calendar, whichever you wish to do. So over here is current lessons, down to today. This is the week with the gummy bear on it. I want to go to Monday for a second, just so I can talk about what you were doing. You read an article about trisomy 21. Make sure you've read it. I'm not having you do anything with it, but there are questions on the test that have to do with different disorders. The second thing on here is a 10-question assignment you had to do, and then this is just a short video about Mendel's exceptions. Mendel talked about dominant over recessive. He said that anytime that dominant was present, it would take over and be whatever the dominant trait was. Now we're moving into his exceptions, which means there won't be one dominant over the other. They're going to share that in some way. So let's look at what that means. I have posted all the grades, so make sure you've looked and that we agree. That grade is already posted to be permanent, so unless I hear any different, they stay as they are. We're in the fourth quarter or fourth term. So on here, you're going to see another article. It's about sickle cell anemia that is predominantly in African-American males. You'll read about it and you'll find out why. The PowerPoint, I did update it with some different slides, so that's the link to that, but this is the one we're focusing on today. Incomplete dominance is talking about having two different characteristics, meaning this is red and this is white. The phenotype is different. And then those two together express themselves by creating something new. So a red flower mixed with a white flower will make a pink flower. So that's the difference. Can we take earbuds out and put phones away, please? Thank you. All right, so here is an example. If you click on the link below, it'll have incomplete dominance and codominance. They're very similar to the way you do them, exactly like you did Punnett squares before, but all the letters are capitalized. Here's an example. This is taking a red flower and a white flower and making pink. What they do is there's a third option. The parents blend to make a new option. Here's how it looks. All letters are capitalized. For example, the red flower would be RR, the white flower would be WW, and if they blend together, they make RW, which would be the third option. It's not heterozygous, meaning the dominant trait takes over anymore. It's talking about that heterozygous being its own expression, the two blended together, like red and white make pink. We'll see other colors too. So let's go back and we'll do the assignment. More people trying to get in. All right, here's the assignment right here. You're going to click on that. I'll go over the first few with you, and then you'll have some to complete on your own. Unfortunately, I saved this differently, so you have to go about it a different way, which means you need to open Cami first, then go to your Google Drive and get the assignment. So I'm just going to open this one here. You'll have to open Cami first. It's in your apps. In order to open Cami, you got to go to your apps. I'm going to do the first 4 with you. And then you'll do the remainder on your own. Oops, sorry, hang on. Oh, I lost my thingy now. There it goes. Okay, what does that mean? Means you can't write on it? Can you write it on paper? Okay, so just put it on paper and then you can take a picture of it and submit it that way. That's fine. All right, good problem solving. All right, let me take a picture of my screen so that I can share that with you and write on it. I also saw people, you know, like if you can't find Cami or figure it out, I had somebody earlier, I've already looked at the answers to some of those, and they took screenshots of the parts of the paper and then just turned those in. I mean, whatever it takes, people. I'm not about making sure it's submitted on the paper. It's more doing the work so you're prepared instead of being at the exam and going, I don't know what that is. Worst place to figure out you don't know what you're doing is on a test. Okay, so if we look at the first one on here, it's telling us that we have the coat of a mouse, and it's telling us it's incomplete. So neither one is dominant over the other. So it says I have a yellow coated mouse and a white coated mouse, which are homozygous, which means the mom and dad, this is yellow coated, this is white coated, and then your WY would be your additional color, which is cream. You're cream colored right here. They're heterozygous. So this is cream. This is white. And this is yellow. Okay. Now I'm going to make a Punnett square, just like we've been practicing. And it tells me I have 2 cream colored mice. So both parents are going to look like this. WY, WY. And then I'm going to cross them in the boxes as we know how to do. It's a capital Y, not a lowercase y. Looks like a lowercase, doesn't it? So we'll do it over. Okay. So now it's asking me how many, let's see, what is the ratio of the coat we would expect for the offspring to have? So we're looking at all 4 of these possibilities, these 4 right here, and it's telling me I have a white coat, 25% a white coat, Right, here's my white coat. Then I'm gonna have, your screen is not live. Oh, sorry guys. It's a problemo, isn't it? Okay, so there's what I did. Here's my Punnett square that I just drew. I did the, right, here's a parent that's cream. Here's a parent that's cream, and I made the Punnett square. These are my 4 possibilities. Right here is my white possibility. Then here is my cream colored possibility. Should I copy this down? This is your assignment, so if you don't copy it down, you'll have to do it by yourself. Are you I mean, you should be able to open it in Cami and write on it. Are you saying you can't do that? Smile, are you saying you can't write on it or something? You don't have to copy the problem. You just need to do the question, the answer, right? You just need to do the answer. What? I just put my screen live, people. It says I'm live. You're not seeing me do this? Write on it. I don't think I was writing on it just now, so you may not have seen anything anyway. All right. So let's go to the second one. It says we're doing radishes. There's a red radish and a white radish, and they're going to make the blend of a purple. So red would be capital R for red. And then W for white. And then the hybrid would be what? RW would be what? Anyone? What's RW? Nobody? Nobody knows? It's purple. Purple. So it tells me in here that I'm looking for the F2 generation. Remember, the parents are the P1 generation. This would be the F1 generation, so we need to cross over a second time to have F2. So it tells us that what we're going to do first is we are crossing a red radish with a white radish. So I know red looks like this and white looks like this. I'm going to cross them over, which means I'm going to have 100% that are going to be purple. All right. Now I'm going to take that purple and cross 2 parents that are purple. And that's the answer they're looking for. So I have 25% for this Punnett square right here. I have 25% that are going to be red, 25% that are going to be white, 50% that are going to be purple. All right. Now these 3 questions here on number 3 are asking you just to tell me what I have. We're talking about snapdragons, which are flowers, controlled by incomplete dominance, same as what we've been practicing. The red are capital R. The white are WW. And then the hybrid is pink. So they're asking you what is capital R? We just said that. So what is capital R? Red. What's capital W? White. Oops, why did I put that? I wrote the exact same thing I asked. That's kind of weird. So we'll put red, white, and then the mix between the two is pink. So then the last one I'm going to work with you is number 4. It's telling you to cross a white flower with a pink flower. Remember, the pink is right here. It's RW. And then the white flower is WW. I'll put my Punnett square right here because I'm out of room. I'm going to have RW and WW and cross those over. And it's asking me what percent of my population could possibly be pink. Remember, these are probabilities. These are possible outcomes. These right here are what I'm looking at. So what's my percent that could be pink? And remember, your percent is looking like 25%, 50%, 75%, or 100%. How many of them could be pink? Nobody knows. Okay, so look, this one here would tell me I have what? RW would tell me I have pink, right? So how many of these are RW? 2 out of the 4. So if I take 2 divided by 4, that gives me 50%. So 50% will have the possibility of being pink. Okay, so the rest of the assignment is for you to complete and then turn in. I've had other classes turn theirs in and do a pretty good job, so it's practice, remember. I don't expect you to be perfect. It's just practice. So give it a try. If you don't have any questions, you're free to go. If you have questions, I'm here. Those of you still here, do you need help?